Rolling. Okay, Gren, tell us how the entry is looking and what do you think the highlights are going to be of this year's regatta?
We've got high 30s or possibly 40 entries. We haven't closed the entry list yet, and there may be one or two more still to come. It's the second best year we've had yet in 7 years.
So what sort of categories?
We've got racing class, IRC 2 classes, a very competitive multi-hull class this year, and the Fireflies are back in bigger numbers than ever before.
And the Fireflies are locally made, yeah?
The Fireflies are locally made, latitude 8 yachts, very fast, small racing catamarans.
Are they the fastest in the regatta?
That remains to be seen, because there are a couple of new boats out there made by composite catamarans, and one of them is very fast indeed and could well overlap the Fireflies.
All right. How is the weather forecast looking?
We're expecting fairly light winds tomorrow, picking up on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and Saturday and Sunday look like some pretty heavy winds, so it should be fun.
Right. Is it always a risk, do you think, in this rainy season, monsoon season? Too strong a wind sometimes?
It can be too strong for some people, but it certainly makes for exciting racing.
Right. As for the courses, depends on the wind, doesn't it? Each day you change it, but roughly, where will they go?
They'll be racing around the area behind us here, around the islands, some windward lewards, up and down around marks, but the same courses, the same general racing areas we've had every year.
Right. They start behind you at Lone Island, right?
They start
Usually
off Long Island. Some of the courses go around Cot Lon, some around Cot Bon, Cot Ale. We may run one out to Cot Maiton, but not sure. That depends on the weather.
Is it visible, would you say that it's more visible than any other regatta perhaps, than in Phuket?
It's more visible than any other regatta in Thailand. We race close offshore, so if you're on the beach in Rawai, you'll see the racing boats. If you're here at Everson, you've got a bird's eye view. From Shillong, you'll see the racing boats. It's the only one where you can actually watch from the shore.
Right. And you've got Shirley Robertson, the ex-Olympic gold champion from UK, coming.
Yes.
But she's not racing, is she?
Shirley Robertson's coming as a guest of Six Senses, ATSA. She's not racing, no. She's taking the rest. She's going to be explaining to some of our VIP guests here what's going on, because sometimes yacht racing can be quite confusing for people who don't understand it. So she'll be out on the VIP boat some days. She'll be here in the Six Senses hospitality booth. And generally around to talk to the media and to talk to anybody who wants to find out more about what's going on.
Right. You've got extra special coverage, worldwide coverage, I gather, this year, yeah, too?
For the third year now, we've got TV crew coming from the UK. Watersports World, they broadcast worldwide, 140 million households on a wide variety of sports channels.
Right. And yourself, you've been organising this since 2003, is that right?
2004 was the first one. This
yeah.
is the seventh one this year. I often lose count. But this year, my organising finishes today and I go racing tomorrow.
You're racing yourself, what class?
I'm racing in multi-hulls on a boat called Nina.
Do you expect to do well, to win?
Last year, the boat won the regatta in the multi-hull division. This year, we probably won't, because last year we had a hotshot crew on board, and this year we're racing it ourselves.
All right. Does it give you any inside knowledge to help win, do you think?
Organising the regatta, racing a boat gives me inside knowledge to organise the regatta, but organising the regatta does not give me inside knowledge to winning.
No. Right. It's still called a race week, but only 4 days. Is it ever going to extend to a week, or how is it likely to change over the years?
We started off with a full week. And the feedback from the participants, because we look for feedback each year to try and improve the event, was that they would prefer 4 days of racing with no lay day rather than wasting their time on a lay day, so they can get their work in, they can come here, race for 4 days and go back to work.
Yeah.
So we'll keep it at 4 days. But now the multi-hull regatta has come closer to us, so between that and us we've got a full week's of racing with a few days break in between.
Right. And you've got special sponsors, Jaguar, yeah, showing some of their luxury cars here too.
Jaguar have come for the second year. They've brought 8 Jaguar XJs from the UK, shipped them out especially for this event. They're doing their Asia Pacific launch for the XJ, the new XJ, here in Phuket at Raceweek. It's the only launch event for that car. They invite VIPs from all over Asia who come here, stay in the hotel, experience the regatta, test drive the cars, and hopefully buy one or two.
Right. But is it a difficult job getting the sponsors this year? We've had a financial trouble regionally, but how are your overall sponsorship?
The overall sponsorship is okay. We're fortunate that we have some fairly loyal sponsors. We look after them. We work hard to look after the sponsors, and they do come back. So it's been a tough year. Last year was tough with the global recession. This year we have the added political troubles in Thailand. But we're happy. We've got a good team of sponsors there, and we hope that most of them will be back with us next year.
All right. So you're going to carry on this for many years to come, do you think? Doing the race
take
week?
it 1 year at a time. It's usually about 2 days before the event I think I will never do it again, and then 1 week after the event I start planning the next one.
Next one. All right. Well, good luck with this year's event, and good luck with your own boat too. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Cheers.
Cheers.
Tell us, you're here on holiday. What are you looking forward to during your stay here for the regatta especially?
It's my first time at this regatta, so excited to be here. It's a fabulous spot. My goodness, I never imagined it would be so perfect. Beautiful resort, and but saying that very, very relaxed. So looking forward to seeing the racing, to enjoying the resort, and just being part of the event.
Have you ever been here before? I mean, you've been to Phuket before, but have you ever been to Race Week before?
Well, of course, I've been to Phuket before, and I've done the King's Cup many times, but never been to this spot. And I mean, you just look out; it's absolutely fabulous. And really looking forward to kind of exploring the islands a bit more, to watching the racing, and just being part of what's going on.
So you're going to help some of the spectators, the VIPs. You're going to explain some of the finer details of sailing.
The Sixth Sense is a fabulous sponsor to have on board for sailing, and they've invited a lot of journalists, a lot of VIPs, and hopefully I can kind of explain the complications of sailing. You know, if you don't know it, and you look at it, it can be quite difficult to understand. So hopefully I'll simplify it in some way.
Right. Obviously, you work for CNN with Mainsail. Do you hope to come back with them for this type of regatta again in the future?
You know, I'm a journalist, I work for CNN, and I always have my eye on a story. So definitely, you know, this is a lovely story. It's a beautiful vacation, and the pictures will be amazing. So yeah, no, always got my eye out.
Right. Are you going to have a go at sailing yourself while you're here in Phuket?
It's strange for me to come to a regatta and not actually be competing or producing a program. So yeah, I mean, I suspect inevitably I'll end up on some kind of boat.
Right. What do you think of the conditions for sailing here? Is the wind good enough? Is it good for sailing? Just basically.
Well, again, another first for me. I've never actually been here in the summer, but we arrived today and it was blowing at least 20 knots. It looked fabulous. I was dying to get out in a boat. So, we'll kind of see. But generally, I find here there is some wind, and sometimes there's more than you can handle. So it has the great sailing conditions. It also has the fabulous scenery, and you always feel, I suppose, very privileged to be racing in these waters.
Right. You obviously retired, have you, officially from competitive
not
sailing?
Really, no.
Do you ever do any competitive sailing anymore now, for races?
Yeah. I was just racing Extreme Forces last week. So,
right.
Yeah.
How'd you get on?
I mean, sailing you never really retire from, and I'm still, I'm a competitive person, so I never step away from it. I'm obviously not Olympic sailing anymore, but last week racing in Slovenia at the Extreme 40 World Championships. 2 weeks before that I was at the Cup helming Sujana in that event. So, I love to sail still, and quite often when you're in the media involved in sailing, you end up being at a lot of events and not actually taking part. So, I love to get my hand on the wheel.
Right. Just a word about the British team. They seem to be doing remarkably. They did remarkably well again at the Olympics. Inbred, is it something in the blood that British sailors do well? Is it naturally easy for them?
Shall I wait for that? I mean, it's a boom time for British yachting. We've been absolutely on top of the sport since we won those medals in 2000 in Sydney. And I'm sure we'll win more again in Weymouth. Great sailors, a lot of returning medalists, and well resourced. And put all that together, and the odds of winning a lot of medals are really increased.
Are you helping with the Olympics 2012? Are you involved in any of the organisation of it?
I sit on one of the boards at Locock who organised the Olympics. So, yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting journey for us. I was involved before London even got the bid. So, such an amazing high to come to Singapore with Seb Coe and win something everyone thought was impossible to win. And since then, obviously, it's a little bit duller. It's all about, times in a lift, or, in sailing, it's all about, accommodation or how big the slipways need to be. So it's kind of different tempo, but it's going to be a fantastic Olympics, especially for the competitors, but especially for the spectators. Absolutely no doubt about that.